Hello Virgo, and welcome to your general tarot card reading for the second week of June. So what do we have here? We have 4 major arcanas over here, which is very interesting. And we seem to have a lot of people, and a lot of people being involved, and a lot of, I would say, you working out what is it that you want. And actually being open to others people views, and equally you finishing something. So in terms of the overall theme of this week, we have a Page of Cups, and I pulled another clarifiers on a Page of Cups, and I pulled the Queen of Cups and the Hermit, sorry. So, Virgo, pages, they usually indicate something new, and as you can see, this is Page of Cups, so cups that are all about the emotion, the way how we feel, and this might be you try to understand why you feel in the way how you do. And maybe you want to understand how you are interacting with other people, because there's a Queen of Cups here, over here as well, and then is a Hermit. And if you're going to look the way how they kind of looking up to each other, so you have a Page of Cups, Queen of Cups, and Hermit over here. So maybe you are trying to understand your own emotions and kind of understand why you feel how you feel and how you react. This may be something to do with your friendship, your family life, something to do maybe with your children or with your partner. It's about understanding the what I'm hearing, it's the relation, but it's more than relation. It's just why we're drawn to certain type of people, and why we behave how we behave, and why we feel how we feel, and why we bond with certain type of people. And it's also to understand the basis for your emotions, Virgo, as well. Because you might have sometimes emotion coming from nowhere, and they might be very strong and overpowering, and you don't quite understand them. So I'm not sure if you are trying to look into it. And Hermit, it's all about knowledge and understanding and analyzing things. And as you can see, Hermit it's sitting here, you know, on the blue background, and is following the star, and the star is the knowledge. And Hermit is usually signifying pursuit of knowledge, either on our own or in conjunction with someone that is helping us to understand ourselves. So this might be a psychologist or therapist, or it's almost like you are trying to understand the basis for your own emotions and why you're reacting, because sometimes you might be simply overreacting, you might be too sensitive, and this raw emotion, whenever it's coming, it's you don't understand the basis, the origin of it, and it's you might be sometimes stunned by your own emotions, and I don't know what it is, but you might have this kind of funny feeling that your emotions, they're not your own, and they might be coming from someone or some kind of life experience. You know, what it popped into my mind is like, for some of you Virgos, because this is a general reading, it's almost like why I'm like my mother, or why I'm behaving in a similar way, why why I'm being this way. It's not about you. I don't know how to put it, how to kind of frame it, but it's something emotional happening to you, and then you find it very difficult to kind of translate it and explain to other people, and then maybe there's this kind of fear of your own emotions, and you might be equally, you might have some kind of premonitions, you might be having this kind of weird deja vu things, and you're trying to understand what on earth is happening. So this is kind of very dreamy, kind of emotional energy that you might be willing to look into and understand it a little bit more. Yet, having said that, you're very grounded, and you seems to be Virgo, very much within the realm of what is possible, what is feasible. You are quite pragmatic and realistic, and it's almost what they try to tell me, from what I'm gathering, this kind of disconnect between your emotions and your pragmatic and practical self, because you want to see things in very, I don't want to say pragmatic, how to put it, how to verbalize it. It's almost like you want to know things for, you want to understand things for what they are. So I don't want to say reductionist, but it's almost like you want to fit things that are from here to here, and you know kind of your boundaries, and you know how things are supposed to be, and you know what you know, and this is kind of happening somewhere there, and then you're here very practical and reasonable, and this is kind of, I don't know, it's almost, this is happening, whatever is happening on your emotional level, and then it's not filtering back to you, because you are in a certain way, you're rejecting it, because you're fighting with your own intuition, you're fighting with your own emotions, you're fighting with it's almost like you taming yourself, but it isn't the case that you're taming your own fears. You taming, there you go, your own needs, your emotional needs, your emotional requirements. So it's almost like you're saying to yourself, oh, I shouldn't be wishing for this, or I don't really want to feel this way, or if you feel some kind of urges, or you feel you would like to express something, you would like to say something, you're fighting with yourself to not say it, or not feel it, or not acknowledging it. And because of this, sometimes relations with other people, they might become difficult, because you might be not willing to open yourself up to receive certain things. So it's almost that different aspects of you in this week, they're going to come to the play, and this might be this very emotional, very dreamy, I don't know how to explain it. Let me show it to you again. It's almost like maybe a premonition. You're going to have a gut feeling, you're going to see something, you're going to have that emotion waking up within you, and you're going to try to understand and analyze what on earth is it. But because it's so alien and you don't really, you're fighting with it, you're going to kind of fight with it, and because you don't understand, or you find it difficult to understand, you might cut off yourself from it, and you might have that kind of inner struggle when you're going to kind of reject and push it away and discard it. But this is happening, Virgo, for you, because there already does some kind of changes of your perspective. They are things that you see. There's a Wheel of Fortune here. And this Wheel of Fortune is indicates that even though you know what you know, and you know what is feasible, and you know you believe in here now, you might be very down to earth, maybe too much so. Whatever that feeling you might have, is that this premonition, that the gut feeling, deja vu, a memory, a dream, that's going to kind of want you to look up what does it mean, and that's the Hermit over here. So you might either go and look on the internet and try to find out what does it mean. Maybe you saw a symbol, maybe there's emotion, maybe you try to understand, and maybe you're going to use the help of somebody else, like a psychologist or therapist, or I don't know, someone with the knowledge to help you with to understand this. And even though you're fighting with it, some kind of change already is taking place in terms of perception, in terms of the way how you perceive things. And this change going to continue. And I think this change is for you to kind of help you, because it almost feels like you're quite happy to do things on your own. It almost feels like you are too self-sufficient. And this is to remind you that you need others in your life, that's for one, and you shouldn't be discarding and fighting with your own desires, your own emotions. But also you should be more open and willing to the new ways, to people, to new types of people, to new types of partnerships and relations. And that might be to do with Cups, they're talking about the love, and they're talking about emotions, and Two of Cups, they signify, you know, that's two people exchanging the cups, and there's some kind of union taking place, and that might be, you know, to do with financial gains and exchanging of contract, to new job, new possibilities, but equally new ways of thinking. And you are sitting here not really engaging with others. So it's something within you, Virgo, this week that is not, it's some kind of stagnation that took place, and maybe there's emotions that or whatever happened, dream, whatever that might be for you, Virgo, out there, because this is a general reading. It helps you, it wants to remind you of something, remind you of how you were, about happy days, about you being happier, about you not having this kind of persona, this kind of because this is you, but it's not really you, because that's how you learned to be, how you decided that's the best way forward, but this is not serving you, this is not helping you to experience life in a way that is joyful. That's what I'm getting. So regardless of this, in terms of your work progress, you might be finishing some kind of project, you might be delivering something, you might be either getting a qualification or promotion, or some kind of project is coming to the successful end. So in terms of work, everything seems to be perfectly fine. And it's almost like, because 10, because what I just saw in my mind's eye, it's like you taking on all those life responsibilities, and this is all about thinking what you really would like to do when you had less responsibility in your life, about happier times, about you enjoying things that you were doing. Because when you started this project, you really enjoyed it, and then a lot of things you were taking on and on and on, and they become quite heavy and becoming a burden. So it's almost like also to realize what is it that you truly want, what makes you happy, and kind of look at yourself and don't neglect that gut feelings that you're having, because they're there to tell you, your subconscious is trying to convey some kind of message, and it's up to you, are you willing to open to it or not. And I think when you're going to open to that message, and equally to the help from others, and this might be a revelation, because you might become tired, even though everything that you have seems to be in perfect order, and Virgo, you seems to be very content and happy. This is stagnation. This is not getting you anywhere, and you might have starting to have this niggling feeling about maybe there's a time for change. There are certain things that would need to change, but this is not going to be something that's going to happen over the night. It's going to take a long time. It's going to take a while when you're going to arrive at the point that you're going to be ready for the change. So overall message for you here, it's to pay attention to your dreams, to your gut feelings, not fighting with yourself, and try to be more open, because there's some kind of changes going to happen in long time, but it's about you finding the joy in life and finding what brings you pleasure and what makes you happy. So as additional commentary, it's about finding the inner child, finding going back and remembering what gave you joy, what gave you satisfaction, and it's about soul searching in a way, Virgo here. So it's very interesting message. It's indeed very interesting. So pay attention to your emotions, to your feelings, to omens, signs, and even though you might want to discard them, look into them. Don't deny yourself. If you're going to feel some kind of urge, try to understand why you're feeling this way. And that's what the cards in the second week of June, they're trying to tell you. Don't deny yourself. Don't reject this. Try to be more open, because you became too still, too stuck in your way, and they try to prompt you. Whatever is happening in your way is trying to prompt you to waking up yourself, your true potential here, Virgo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. If you liked it, give it a like, comment and share. All the best wishes to all of you out there, and hopefully see each other and speak with each other soon. Bye.